Hello everyone, this is going to be something a little bit different. I'm going to show you actually, because it's a new year, I'm going to show you the projects that I'm planning on working on this year, and hopefully you'll find that entertaining in some way. The first thing I'm going to show you, this is an app I've been building for tablet computers, or tablet systems, iPad specifically. It may be out for the Android. I don't have an Android tablet to test on right now, but this is Touch Animator. The concept is, I'm really into animation. If you've watched my channel for any time, you know that. And I thought, wouldn't it be great if I had my animation tools with me on the go with my just the times when I just bring my iPad. And so I started developing this product because there's nothing out there that does that right at this point. As you can see, you can just tap on a part of the figure and start dragging your finger around, and he will move. Kind of in a intuitive manner. He will move the way you would expect. And we have a timeline down here, so we can just go ahead and drag out the timeline and start posing the character. Alright. And you can do that. You can lock the axis of rotation to just a certain axis if you wish. And, oops, doozy. And so that way you can get exactly the pose that you want. So posing the character's been working really well. I'll keyframe everything. You can keyframe all. It's very difficult for me to do this right now because of the way the camera's positioned. I have to kind of put my arm underneath the tripod and stuff. That's why it's kind of hard for me to maneuver. If you can't see things correctly, you can just kind of orbit the camera. You can spin the camera around. You can see, different viewpoints. All right. There's a suite of tools here. You've got keyframing tools, keyframe all your keys, delete a key if you want. Let's move that back there. All right, you can play the animation. Okay, there wasn't much animation there anyway, but okay. You can change the number of frames in the animation with these tools down here. There's a dope sheet which I'm working on, so you could, for example, you could select some keyframes, and then you could, for example, move those keyframes over a few frames if you wish. All right. Okay, and the updates I want to do on it. So, posing the character works pretty well. The keyframing tools work pretty much. There's I'm going to work on some keyframe tangent tools, so you can do like linear keys and spline keys and stuff like that. Oh, I haven't gotten out of this one yet. So as you can see here, it's still a work in progress. So anyway, the the problem I have is that I want to do the export as a BVH. I want to export to the BVH format, and the problem I'm having with the export is that the rotation system that Unity uses. Unity is the if you've seen my tutorials, I do this stuff in Unity. I could never program this from OpenGL from scratch. It'd take me 10 years. But Unity uses a different coordinate system than the rest of the world does. So when I try to convert, when I save the rotation values for everything, the translation stuff works fine, but the rotation doesn't. So when I try to save that those values, they're completely wrong when I take them into another animation program to actually, transfer the animation to somewhere where you can use it. So I might put this project up on Kickstarter. So be looking for that. I'll let you know if it goes up on Kickstarter, so I could get the money that I need to pay for another programmer, or I'm going to look for some programmers on there to help me with just a few functions. Might just pay some people outright. I have a graphic designer who's going to work on the graphics with me, a lady from work who's really excellent. And so that's the shape of this project. So that's Touch Animator, and I'm hoping that I can get it finished this year. Like I said, I've worked on it for quite a while, off and on. It's just that there's a few things that are missing, and unfortunately it's a few key things. So that's it. While I'm still on the tablet here, I have a game that I was working on in the background. And again, you can see I'm using Unity here. And this one's called Arena Champions. And this, again, is just a test level. As you can see, you can kind of drag your finger around. And it's kind of, well, I guess the closest thing to it would be if you ever played the old game on the PC called Freedom Force. You have like a team of characters, and each character has different abilities. And the abilities are meant to kind of complement each other, so they can't really fight by themselves. And then they'll have a bunch of enemies and whatnot, and so the idea is that you can move your character anywhere you want, and you can just tap on an enemy to start attacking it. You'll see there he starts to attack it, and then there'll be special abilities. You can use those if you wish. One of the features that I like about this one is if you send a guy over here, you can actually pause the game. And I've done a tutorial about this already. You can pause and give orders to characters while the game is paused, and then unpause it, and they'll go ahead and do those orders. So it's kind of it's real time, but it's got kind of a turn-based kind of background to it because of the fact that you can that way you can pause things if you're having a hard time selecting stuff or whatever, or if the action is getting too chaotic, you can go ahead and just pause and do those. Go ahead and do what you wish. Have your characters do what you wish. So that's Arena Champions. I just got distracted with other projects, and my first game, Dragon Wars, on the iPad didn't really sell that well. So, of course, that was the first thing I'd ever done in Unity, and I made a lot of mistakes. I didn't really know the system very well. So I've applied a lot of the lessons I learned from that to this game, and this functionality here didn't take me nearly as long as it did on Unity. But I just had a lot of other projects that I wanted to work on. So that's the Arena Champions. We'll see how it goes. If there's interest in it, I might go ahead forward with it. But the Touch Animator is my my big baby right now that I really want to get done, just because of the fact that there's plenty of games on the iPad. There's just not there's nothing like Touch Animator, or I would have bought it already. So hopefully I can get Touch Animator finished, and we'll see if I have time. If somehow things get worked out really well, maybe I will go ahead and put Arena Champions up there. So let's go ahead over to the computer, and I'll show you some of the stuff I'm doing there. To the computer here. Let me show you some other projects that I'm working on. So here is a Protoss Zealot from the video game StarCraft. As you can see here, I have a little animation of him swinging his side blades. And this is going to be for a Blizzard fan film that I'm working on. If Blizzard does another fan film contest, I wanted to join the one last year, but I didn't have enough time to enter it. To get my animation done. So I've been kind of steadily modeling some various Blizzard characters, and I love all of the Blizzard games, StarCraft, Warcraft, Diablo especially, and so I've actually modeled and animated and rigged and textured quite a few characters from the different Blizzard games, and I'm hoping to kind of include those in a Blizzard fan film to end all Blizzard fan films. It will not be the highest quality of rendering or whatnot that some people are used to seeing Blenders or Blizzard stuff. Obviously has cinematic quality. This is just my kind of thing that I'm doing on my own, just as a hobby and whatnot. So I'm going to obviously put in as much work as I can into it, but I'm pretty happy with the stuff that I have so far, and I have literally like dozens of Blizzard characters that I've already created. And backgrounds and stuff like that. So just got to find the time to do it in between all the other stuff. So that is one thing that I'm going to be working on in the background kind of whenever I get a chance. And only if I see that Blizzard's actually going to do that fan film competition again. If they're not going to do it, I'll just, I'm still going to do it. I want to do this. I've done a lot of work on the project. But I just want to, there's obviously other projects that are taking up a lot of my time. Okay, the other project, which I'm probably going to start working on next, if I can't get the Touch Animator stuff worked out very soon. Let's go ahead. And you can see there all the different characters. You can see some like, oh, I shouldn't show you this because some of these might be spoilers. Okay, let's go to my Star Wars folder here. There it is. Now, I did not make this model, but once it loads, hopefully it will load up. It's quite a large model. I had an idea. I am a huge Star Wars fan as well. So here we go. Master Yoda, modeled, textured, and rigged by Matt Hucker. And I got this off of Blend Swap, which I believe I showed you in a previous tutorial. This is a really excellent Yoda model. I had an idea for a Star Wars fan film. If you haven't seen already my Lord Vader's Trial, which was Darth Vader fighting General Grievous. Basically, I'm just a huge geek, in case you guys didn't know already. I love Star Wars. I love StarCraft. I mean, Blizzard film or Blizzard games, all sorts of geeky stuff. Lord of the Rings, and I've made fan films in the past. And the wife and I are going to Celebration this year. It'll be our second time we've gone. Star Wars Celebration in Orlando, and this time I want to enter the Star Wars fan film competition. and I had an idea for an animation featuring Yoda, and I wrote a little script for it. I think it's really excellent. Now, this is most of the ones that win the competition are like comedies, and I think before they would only allow comedies. And the fan film that I'm going to work on is actually very, very dramatic, and it kind of fits into, I believe it kind of fits into the canon of Star Wars very well. And my idea was, I'm going to take this guy is fantastic, Matt Hawker, for building this Yoda model. I think after looking at the rig that he built, I'm going to build my own rig, actually. I'm going to modify this model a little bit because there's certain things I want to change about it. But he's done all the heavy work. And the other character that I need to put into the scene, I've already done before. I've already modeled that character myself. So I just have to model the backgrounds, environments, re-rig him, and go ahead and start animating him. I have the script complete and whatnot. So, I am a busy little guy, and also the wife and I are playing the Star Wars MMO game, the Old Republic, incessantly. So, I don't know how I have the time to sleep. So, when people write to me and stuff on my YouTube channel and stuff, a lot of times I don't get back to you for a long time. It's not that I'm ignoring you, it's just that I've just got so much stuff going on. And the house has kind of fallen down around my ears. I've got water damage and put up drywall, and I had to install new stuff everywhere in the house. So I'm a busy guy, and anyway, I hope to have these projects done this year. Those are the projects I'm working on. So anyway, just tell me what you think about them. Tell me which ones you like and whatnot. I mean, I'm going to end up doing them eventually anyway. All these projects are eventually going to get done. It's just a matter of how long they take and what the final quality is. So anyway, just let me know what you think about these projects and where they're going. I might be looking for some help with some of these. Obviously, the touch animator, I need you need people to help me out with that one. This one here, maybe if you can do a voices. Actually, Yoda doesn't actually speak in this one. He doesn't need to speak, but I might need some voice actors later on. For some other projects, if you're very exceptional texture artist or something like that, I might need some textures done, something like that. For certain projects in the future, I hope to have saved up enough money to actually get some freelance people and help me out and actually pay some people and do like a little small production company. So that's it for right now. I hope that you enjoyed this look at what I'm working on, and just let me know what you think, and let me know what your own projects are. Hopefully you see my stuff and you say, oh, I could do better than that. Or I want to do a project just like this or whatever. So hopefully that inspires you, and let me know what you think.